Welcome back. Matt Lee joins us, and we're going to demystify the whole process of land taxes and what you need to know, because this is a very popular question you get asked as an agent.
Yeah. You know, when we come into, dealing with a listing or purchase, people always say, what are the land transfers, or what are the land taxes? And
basically, land transfer is something else.
Yeah, totally different tax.
It's another topic.
Sorry, yeah. What are the land taxes here? And basically what you are trying to determine is how much extra payment you're going to have over your mortgage. You know, you're trying to determine exactly what it is. And basically what we want to talk about is how they come to find out what your taxes are going to be for this individual house.
So, a lot of people have mortgages. The land taxes are rolled into it, sort of, so you don't really get a bill for land taxes in a lot of cases if it's part of the mortgage.
Well, you set it up that way when you actually sign on to a mortgage, so you can actually blend it in and say, okay, you know, if my mortgage is going to be $300 a month, we're just going to add that to my mortgage payment so it all comes out at once, and then it goes to the city and it's taken care of.
And then you get that statement that says this is not a bill, it's just the city letting you know how much was taxes.
That's
land
right.
Taxes.
That's right. You know, if you don't want to blend it into your mortgage, you can actually take a void check down to the City of Kingston and actually have them pull it out so that they actually do January to October, and then November and December they don't charge you. They charge you for the 10 months equally across that for the full year. So you're not getting anything for free, you're just being charged those 10 months. Okay. And how that assessment works is basically when you get that bill that says you've already paid, there's an assessment of your property on there. If you think that is what your property is worth, then that's great. I mean, if it's less, then maybe you're getting a bit of a break. But what's happening is they take the tax rate, which used to be called the mill rate, which is a percentage, and they multiply it by the assessed value of your property. So basically what they do is they take every single property in Kingston, they add up all the value, and then they divide it by the budget of what we're actually dealing with. So we're dealing with snow removal of what's happening today. Yep. You know, we've got police, we've got fire department, ambulances,
hospitals, roads.
Hospitals, roads, lights, everything. And so they're taking all of this budget and they're dividing it by the full value, and they find out what that percentage is, and that's how they determine what you're actually going to pay. So the assessed value on your house, if your house is worth more, you're going to pay more taxes. And that's just the setup, and to be fair. So.
Well, let's take a look at what's happening in the country. Say you have a large geographic area, not a lot of residential though.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes they're saying, well, we're way out here, why are we paying more in taxes?
Yeah, that's right. I mean, what we do run into is there is certain municipalities that have less population, but they have a geographic area that is quite large. So they're covering more roads. They have to cover the hydro poles, everything that happens there. You're still going to have ambulances, you're still going to have fire department, they're still going to have, if they don't have their own, you know, like we have Kingston Police, they'll have OPP and they have to pay into that as well. So you're going to deal with all of this, and so your tax rate or your mill rate is going to be possibly a little bit higher, so therefore maybe your assessment is less, but you're still going to end up paying a little bit more because you want to live in the country, you want to live out in that area, and there's a possibility that there is certain municipalities you have less amenities. Some people don't actually even have garbage pickup at their driveway. They actually have to take it to the dump because it doesn't fit into their budget.
Wow.
Yeah.
But the opposite isn't true. If you're in a densely populated area and you live downtown, you're not going to get a break from the land taxes either.
No, in Kingston we have 3 different areas, they call it the west, the central, and east, for how they determine the mill rates, so, or the tax rates. So I don't think that there's much of a difference in those tax rates, but if you're in an area, downtown in Kingston generally is a little bit higher value, you know, if we're looking at the very downtown core. No, you're not going to get a break. You're going to be likely paying more. You know, if there's a property that's assessed at $600,000, then you're likely paying $6,000 to $7,000 in taxes. You know.
Well, we got about 45 seconds here. Do you recommend having it blended in with the mortgage or paying it separately? Do you get a break if you pay it separately?
I don't believe that you get a break. I don't. You know, there's always been these people that have talked about, well, are you paying interest on the tax money because it's going to the mortgage company? I don't believe that that's the way it is. I believe you should talk to the mortgage company about that. I like, personally, I take the void check into the city of Kingston. You would get notified very quickly, directly, if something was wrong. But I like it so that we can see exactly what's going out for the taxes, and we see exactly what's going out for the mortgage. If it's easier for you to do blended,
some people say that you don't really miss it. It's just one monthly fee. So.
Exactly.
Okay.
So.
Matt Lee, we thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. If you have any questions for Matt, here's how to get a hold of him.
Real Estate Tips, brought to you by Matt Lee of Royal LePage.